Hi, how are you doing? Oh dear, well I might get interrupted because like my son's outside and the PC's making noises and the dogs are around, so I may get interrupted, but we'll have a go. Have a go, Joe! That's for the very old people who live in the UK. You know what that comes from. It comes from an old radio programme. Anyway, I've actually finished my cardigan, although it doesn't look much at the minute. I'll show it you later when I've blocked it out and sewn its buttons on. So I've actually finished knitting my cardi. So that's another thing that's to come. What I've come on primarily today for is, well, first of all, I'll catch up on news. I had to go and get a new phone. The other phone wasn't holding a charge, you know. And I was charging it up about 3 times a day, and then it started falling apart. It came apart like a British Rail sandwich, just came apart. And then I picked up my camera today to start videoing, and the battery on that was dead. And I thought, oh God, I'm having a week with batteries here, you know, so I'm waiting for the shoe to drop. Something else is going to happen, because they say everything happens in threes, don't they? So we'll wait and see what happens next. Our little Trixie has had her stitches out today. She's doing very, very well. She doesn't seem to know she's got anything wrong with her at all. She's running around. We're having to stop her because she's not supposed to be jumping and running. We're charging around with the other dog. Yeah. Oh, what else? Oh, well, the third thing could be, I went to the opticians, chose some new glasses. You won't see them at the minute because I don't get them till next Friday. But they weren't very happy with the right eye. I think I told you that I had a bit of blurriness. So they're sending me back to the clinic. So that could be the third thing, couldn't it? So we'll hope that that's the third thing. Nothing else happens. Anyway, I'll start off by this, why I'm making this video. Excuse me while I have a drink. If you wonder why I've got my mittens on, I've got very cold hands. I can be quite warm, but my hands can be freezing. And I don't know what it is. I think it's poor circulation, diabetes, whatever, but we won't go into that. That's boring, isn't it? Right, first of all, I got a book. It's Cardigans, Crochet Projects, Beautiful Cardigans, Patterns for Cooler Weather. It's by a guy, where it says the author, dedication. Who's he called now? Oh, well, that's a bit daft, isn't it? It doesn't say his name on the front cover. It doesn't say his name inside. It's by a guy, anyway. A guy had made it. Now, it could be a nice book, but it's got little pictures. They're in black and white. So it's a little hard to tell you what they're going to be like. That's my only niggle, yeah. There's 5 things in the book. It's crochet a lightweight mini cardigan. That was the picture I just showed you. A rosewood cardigan, a chunky crochet bomber cardigan, a remixed draped crochet cardigan, and an oversized cardigan for kids. Right, I'll show you the little pictures. They're not... That's my argument, is that if he published it himself, I can't think who he was called, this guy now. If he'd have published it himself, you know, I just wish he'd have splashed out. If he had to do it in black and white, could he not have done bigger pictures, yeah? Chunky crochet bomber jacket. I don't even know which one's that one on the front cover. 29, page 29. I think that's probably the one on the front cover, isn't it? Whoops, where are we? You see how tiny the picture is? You know, how small. And it could be a nice book. It could be a nice book. Right, the next one is page 52. This one is talking about how you remix, you know, when you've got those multicoloured, shaded, whatever you call them, mandala, cone, you know, how you sort of divide them up to make them into stripes and stuff. And he does give you quite good instructions on like how many ounces you'll need, how many you'll need for each one, and how to plan it out and how to wind your balls, differently. So, I mean, it could be alright. And then that's the oversized cardigan for kids. As I say, I'm not knocking this book, but it's a little difficult. It's printed in Great Britain by Amazon. It only cost me £5, which is less than most of the patterns these days, isn't it? But I just wish that he'd have put bigger pictures. So I can't tell you who it was by now without looking it up. Because he hasn't actually put his name on it in the book. Although his name is on it if you look him up in Amazon. No, sorry, I can't find his name anywhere. But it's called, that's the book cover. If I make anything out of it, I'll let you know. Now then, what came this morning? It's still in its wrapper. I haven't even opened it yet. So you're with me, we're going to open it together. All I did was I cut the top bit so that I could get in it. Didn't think you want to see me going snip, snip, snip with scissors. It's inside Crochet and it's issue number, I think it's 146. Oh, when I get my readers, I'll be fine, won't I? Yeah, these are my old readers that I can't see a thing out of. No, 146 it is. And it comes with an additional bit. So shall we do the additional bit first? Yeah. The additional bit is called Gorgeous Granny Patterns, which is right up my street. As you know, I do love a good granny square. And 5 stunning motif-based projects. Well, this one's a cardigan, but it's a hexagon. Hexagon cardigan? I've not done a cardigan with hexagons. I've only ever done the basic granny square. Square, granny square. Not rounded or hexagon granny square. I mean, that's a picture of the actual hexagon. It's very pretty, isn't it? I might be able to do hexagons. I can't do round things. I cannot join round things together. I'm pretty rubbish at that. This is the Greta, or the Greta, but I call it Greta. Now this is circle, so I would have a job with this one. Yeah, it's a stone. Rio Poncho. Ooh. Rio Poncho? Anybody? As I said before, if you watched me before, I've never actually made a poncho for myself. I have made them, but not for me. And the last one is a granny waistcoat, which is more, how I sort of interpret granny squares. Very nice. And I think that's it, because they said 5, didn't they? Oh, it shows you done in a dark colour. I think that's it now. But that's the freebie bit that, well, it's never freebie because you pay, don't you? But it's the freebie bit that comes with the magazine. Right, here we go. The reason I got attracted to this is, as you know, I've got that gorgeous book from Daniel. You go back a bit. He sent me all these like different shades in merino in little 20-gram balls. And I've been waiting for a pattern to bring out the, the niceness of the wool. I didn't want to just use it up in any old thing. And I'd seen this on the front cover. And I thought, possibilities. Don't know till I read it, yeah. But it's possible, isn't it? Right. This is just advertising a pattern and some more by Debbie Bliss. Debbie Bliss yarns and patterns exclusively at lovecrafts.com. It's a range of chunky mohair. This crochet striped crochet sweater shows how perfect the yarn is for the colour work. It's not shaded wool, by the way, you have to do separate colours, yeah. Right, this is just listing the contents, which we will get to in a minute. Festival Fever. They're all Serdar patterns. They're not in this magazine, they're just patterns that you have to buy. All my kind of patterns, brightly coloured, granny squares, stripes. Made with Janet in mind. There's just little articles and articles. There's even a recipe for a Japanese omelette. Righty-ho. Oh, this is about books. This one's called Bonnie the Cow and Friends. Looks a bit like a dog to me, not Bonnie the Cow, but never mind. Crochet in a Weekend, which I bought already. You saw me do a video of it. Go back a couple of videos, that's when I did it. There's one's called Crochet at Work. It's a fun book with 20 amigurumi Korea dolls. And then the other one is a Modern Girl's Guide to Granny Squares. There's just little pictures of one of them there. So we shall see what we shall see. Oh gosh, the wind's blowing down the chimney. It's blowing down the... Oh, gold. Do you know, that foam scares the living daylights out of me. The wind's blowing down the chimney of the log burner and it sounds like woo, 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 woo. Yes, what's this all about? Let's have a look. Oh, that's another advert for Serda patterns. Again, they're not in this magazine. You would have to find them. Right, let's get to the nitty gritty. The story of your stash. Oh gosh, there must be a story about my stash. Yeah. Daniel, by the way, Paw Pie Guys, the guy who sent me the lovely wool, he's got a video out at the moment, if you watch it, showing how he's organised his stash room, which is lovely because he's used the IKEA units and that, not the tatty old black plastic things that I've got in my shed. He's very organised. Yeah, very, very organised. A bit like that lady from Secret Yarnery. You know. I mean, I'm not one of those kind of people who's envious of people's stashes or people's money, wealth, whatever. I'm just jealous of the way she has everything organised. And she has this lovely big room with sofas, but that's the only thing I'm jealous about. But, oh gosh, well, that's a bit intricate, isn't it? Stylecraft advertising there. It's a pattern, it's not in a magazine. That's an intricate looking blanket. Not that I ever make blankets, but... Oh, well, this is me right from the start. Reading room. It's got a jacket. Done in granny squares. That's me. Oh, this is another one I actually bought the magazine for because I thought it looked interesting, that cardigan. I'm hoping there's a better picture of it in the inside. And this one is showing the wrist warmers. I'm hoping there's better pictures as we go further in the magazine. There's a collar. I've made collars, but I've never had the right kind of dress to put a collar on, or the right kind of sweater. And that's a sweater with book cover written all over it. As I say, there's probably better pictures further on as we go. This is the shawl I was interested in, but I'm hoping there's a better picture. And then this is a bag. That's just a basic sweater, isn't it? Striped. Basic striped sweater. Oh, the Rika... Oh God, I can't even say this. Rickarumical Beach Party. Again, this is an advert if you're into all that sort of little animal things. I think it's probably an advert for a book. Oh yeah, oh hang on a minute, yeah. From the 25th of March and for the following 6 weeks, we will launch a brand new free Rickarumi figure available on our Rico Design website. site. Share on Instagram at Rikarumi. So I don't know whether they're free or not, but apparently you need to look on the website. Right. I think that's a cushion, maybe. I'll find out when I get further in the book. That's a throw, like in a sort of tartan plaid effect. And this one is a book cover. A book cover and book ends. These are the book ends, I think. Again, maybe we've got better pictures as we go further along. We've got an astronaut and a Little Red Riding Hood. Sorry about the PC going be bump. And Storytime Finger Puppets. There's a nice if you've got little ones. Because you can make up little stories with finger puppets, can't you? And then this one is Goldilocks and the Bear Hair Clip. Right, let's move forward and see what everything is made out of and what it's done. Oh yes, this is the one I liked. It's a Bronte cardigan inspired by the wonderful novels of the Bronte sisters. And it's done in Lang Yarns Kimberley. Yarn alternatives. Use any yarn with a similar fibre content. Well, you think they'd say double knit, wouldn't you, or whatever. It's a 4.5mm. Anyway, I think you probably could work out something, but I do like the cardigan. This is one of the reasons why I actually bought the magazine, because I liked the cardigans. Like the cardigan, I should say, not cardigans. I thought it looked quite feminine. Not that I'm particularly feminine, but you know, we can hope, we can hope. And this is the sweater with Boot Lover. It's done on, oh gosh, choosing such obscure yarn. Willow and Ramble, 100% wool. It doesn't tell you what it is, but it's a 5mm hook. It's got Book Lover written over the front. I suppose you could just do the basic sweater, couldn't you? Leave off the writing. I mean, I think writing, it's all very well, but people remember your sweater far too much, don't they? So you'd be better off with a basic one, wouldn't you, that you could wear and wear and wear and nobody would really notice it. Cozy Nook cardigan. This is the Granny Square one. Style, craft, recreate. Oh, any double knit will do. I like it when they say things like that. Any double knit will do. That's the back view and the front view. The front view, it's like an edge to edge. But that is more me. More me, more me. These are pretty. They are Secret Guardian wrist warmers. You'd have to be good at the twiddly bits, wouldn't you? You know, getting them all in the right places. If you know what I'm saying, all the little flowers and things on them, but they're very pretty. They're done in double knit, so that's a go. Right, this is the shawl I'm interested in. It's called the New Page shawl. Let me see if there's, oh yeah, there's a better picture of it. In fact, there's two better pictures of it. That one, and this one's even better because it shows you like the close-up of how they're doing the stitches, don't they? That is what I could be interested in. I don't know what it's done in now. Let me have a look. I was hoping it would be, you know, be able to use that, the wool I got from Daniel. Where does it say what it's in? Oh, here we go. Sheep Jeeps was what I call it. It's not, it's called Skages, I think. Soft, fun, cotton, acrylic, lace. Doesn't tell you any alternatives. But I mean, it is a shawl, so you could, you know, it doesn't really matter. You can always adjust the size-wise, can't you? So it's a 450 hook. Oh, it's got beads and bobbles, but they're optional. I don't know what's shape it is. Oh, I do know what shape it is. It's one of those wedgie cheese shapes. But even so, I think, you know, it's a possibility with the yarn that Daniel sent to me, you know, to use the colours. That the paper sheaf collar. As I say, I love people who can wear a crochet collar, but I've not got the right kind of dresses. It's done in Cascade Yarns Ultra. 100%. Oh, well, I must get my glasses. I'll be getting them on Friday, don't worry. And it's done on a 3mm hook, so it must be something quite fine. Oh, any lightweight cotton will create the crisp but delicate look. Yes, there we go. Classic striped jumper, which is done in Yarn and Colours Baby Fabulous. Yarn alternative. Doesn't tell you. 450 and a 5 hook, so it's bound to be like a double knit, I think. Not showing you really much of the pattern, is it? But it's a striped sort of slash neck. Oh, there's one here for Miguel, dishcloths. Again, they're not in the book. There's a magazine there, just a bookshelf bag. I'm not a lover of crochet bags unless you line them, because otherwise they just droop and they, you know, the strap just stretches and you're finishing up wearing it round your knees somewhere. It says hooked Soulmen recycled cotton and linen, 5mm hook. But you really would have to do it quite firm, wouldn't you? Otherwise it'd be droopy. Right, Green Gables book cover. If you want to make a cover for your book. Depends how long it takes you to read the book, I suppose, whether you bother to put a cover on it or not. Is that just me? Right. This one's Katrina Cable Wrap. Again, it's a free pattern from Cascade Yarns, but you have to go online to get it. Ecological wool, whatever that is. Oh, bookish cushion cover. It's a cushion cover with bookish written all over it. Oh, that's your Goldilocks and the bear hair clips. Shows them in little girl's hair. It's done in probably cotton. Looks like cotton. Paint box yarn cotton double knitted. Yeah. So that's easy. Any double knit cotton will do. Bookends. Oh, it's like a box. It's like a box with crochet on the front of it, if you can see it. It's done in, again, the Sheep Jeeps, the Scages cotton. I don't know what thickness it is. Oh, you've got to have stabiliser, like, you know, obviously to make it stand up into a box shape. Oh, it doesn't tell you what thickness it is. Oh, 125 and 3mm hooks, so it must be quite fine, yeah. It's a book box, isn't it? And all said and done. This is a library blanket. It's done in chunky acrylic. And it's sort of made to look a bit like a tartan or a plaid or something. You see it a bit better in the tiny pictures. I'm not giving too much away. I have done plaid. I once made a cardigan in plaid. But it was very tedious, you know, threading everything downwards, like in and out, in and out, in and out. Storytime finger poppets. They're done in Rico Design Rikarumi double knitting. Again, they're very useful. You can make up little stories with the finger puppets. I remember when my niece was doing her teacher training many years ago, because she's now a head teacher. She was making little finger puppets but out of felt, so she could, you know, she'd had the nursery class at the time. There they are. As I say, and they're probably quick to do if you're into doing little thingies, aren't you, you know, to tell a story. Little Red Riding Hood, she's done in paint box double knitting. Again, I cannot do toys to save my soul, but if you like doing things like that. It looks so easy, don't you? Just put 2 little button eyes, just do a little button nose. Ah, that's what mine look like. Lion wall art. Oh, I thought it was a cushion, but it's wall art. That could be a bit scary to a child if it's trying to get to sleep. And the astronaut. Oh, that's cute. He's got a helmet on. But when you take his helmet off, he's got a little face underneath. Alright if you're into amigurumis, isn't it? Again, he's in double knit. And that seems to be about it. Next month, it's a cushion and a bear and a whatever. It does that in the middle of the night. Right, this is the lady. Oh gosh, well, it's quite interesting. It's talking about crochet, and it says, I've always believed that anyone can learn to crochet as long as you follow one simple rule. Don't try to run before you can chain. The chain is the most simple of stitches and ideal to practice. This is what I keep telling everybody, you know, it's a lot of practice before you learn how to crochet. People get a crochet hook and a ball of wool and say, right, show me, I want to make a granny square, or I want to make a cardigan, and I'm like, whoa, you know, make squares first, just practice the technique first. Yeah? It's saying here, when my mother taught me to crochet, she followed my grandmother's lead, helped me to hook metre upon metre of chain before I was shown any further stitches. Oh, that's telling me at 28 minutes that it's going to be cutting me off any second now. So anyway, that was more or less the end of the book. So this was Inside Crochet, oh shush, Inside Crochet number 146. And I'm having the book arriving tomorrow, so I shall probably do another video then. So all I will say is bye for now, if I'm not cut off, and I'll see you all tomorrow.